everyone, this is Julie with Craft with Julie, and today I want to share with you my March Stamp of the Month card kit. I send this kit to you for free when you purchase the Stamp of the Month. Let me show you this adorable set. So this is called You're the Goat, so it's G.O.A.T. If you know what that means, put that in the comments of this video. See, let's look how cute. So we have a moose and an owl and a whale, a little puppy dog, a goat, of course, to go with our You're the Goat, a lion, a crab, the cutest little frog, and a little kitty cat, and then some fun punny sayings that go along with it. So I've created these 3 cards that you can make with your brand new stamp set. So when you order this set, I will send you this kit in the mail, and it has all the instructions written out, also a picture, and then inside I have the pieces to create these 3 cards. You will need your own ink and finishing tools and card bases, but the other items are inside this kit. So actually I probably want to open it this way. And then I've separated them into which card goes with which. So there's card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. And on this kit, I had a little fun with my Cricut and did a lot of die cutting. So they're just so much fun. So let's go ahead and start with card number 1, which is this one right here. And it says so doggone sweet. So what we're going to do is we are going to stamp the dog in espresso. Oh, let me tell you what inks we're using. We have Sundance, Green Apple, Black, Capri, and Espresso are the inks that we're going to be using. You'll also want to grab some sponges and a journaling pen and your other finishing supplies. So I forgot to mention that. So card number 1, let's grab our pieces. I'm going to stick these over here to the side. And in your kit, you will have a piece of white cardstock, 2 pieces of grass that are cut from the Cricut, and this adorable little house. And then in this little packet, I've put the smaller pieces. So the clouds, so we have 3 of those, the dog door opening, and the little bowl. They all should be in your little baggie. We didn't want those go missing. So let's go ahead and stamp the dog first, and then we will assemble the card. So, okay, so we're gonna grab the little doggy. And I want to grab this foam mat so I get a nice image of the little puppy. And I stamped him in espresso. Okay, so we're just going to ink him up. If you have a different color brown you want to use, totally do it. These are your cards. You can create them how you would like. Okay, a cute little puppy. And now let's kind of just start assembling this card. I'm going to grab a card base, and I do write out instructions for you, so if you're more like to read the instructions, you can. So what we're going to do is grab the Capri ink, which is the blue, and we just need a sponge around these clouds. Add a little bit of blue around those so they don't get lost on our project. I have a little helper today, so if you hear little noises in the background, it's just my cute little friend Trevor. He is our kitten that we've had for probably about 6 months old now, so he is very adventurous, and he doesn't like when I shut the door on him, so he might make an appearance. So okay. Oh, and I also wanted to do, I want to do the outside of the card as well. Just to add a little, actually I don't need to do the bottom. Just need to do the top. A little bit of that blue color. And then I actually just went over it just very lightly, just to add a little bit more color on that background so it wasn't so white. So it looks like a nice blue sky. Okay, now I think we can go ahead and start laying things down. All right, so grab your adhesive, and I'm going to start with the grass. And the grass is cut exactly the same, but I'm going to do one direction and one the other. Does that make sense? So they're the same, but I'm going to lay them down opposite, so they just kind of have different directions that it's going to go. So I'm going to add this first one just a little bit above, about 1/4 of an inch above the bottom of the card. And then this next one I'm going to lay right on top like that. I like to do that with the grass just to give the grass a little bit more dimension. And also with the two-tone paper, cardstock, you get kind of one is lighter, one is darker, so it gives it more a different look. Okay, so let's put our little house down. So cute, little candy apple house. And the little door. And this adorable little bowl that I cut out of Capri. Right there next to the house. So some fun paper piecing. And now we can add some clouds. So I'm going to add these two up here. And the third one, I'm going to use 3D foam just to pop it up a little bit. So this is thin 3D foam. Oops. And kind of offset it just a little bit. And then I am going to cut this little guy out just using my microtip scissors. If you're looking for a nice set of scissors, Close to My Heart has these microtip ones and they are amazing. They're also non-stick, so if you're cutting like stickers or even your 3D foam, they won't get gunky. So I'm just going to cut around his little ears. And it's just so cute. Okay. All right, so now we can use a little 3D foam on him to pop him up next to the cute little dog bowl. Right there. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit more interest to the card, because this is cute, but it just seemed a little, still with all the elements on it, seemed a little plain. So I just grabbed my journaling pen and I am going to add some doodle lines around the card. And I am going to do a double doodle. So I'm going to do one line and then I'm going to come back and slightly offset a second line. That's what I call a, let's see, hold on. I like to draw the lines away from me, so anyway, this is what I call a double doodle. Okay, and then I'm adding 2 lines on the dog bowl, just like that. Okay, and now we need to stamp our sentiment. Hopefully I left enough room right there. You could leave it just like that if you wanted to. But the sentiment I chose was so doggone sweet. I thought you could use that for all kinds of different occasions. And I might have to move my little puppy over just a little bit. Maybe if I can. Maybe not. We'll just leave him right there. Okay, so we're going to add this with black ink. And I'm going to lay it flat because it's easier to stamp when it's flat. And ink that up. And add that right above the dog. So doggone sweet. Okay, so that is card number 1. That's so fun. I really enjoyed creating this one. So fun, the paper piece. Okay, so card number 2 is the frog. This one was super fun too. So the pattern paper on this card is from the Mix-In paper collection. So let me grab my card number 2. And you can see there's not many papers here, but it's like, where did I lost my circle? Okay, hold on just a second. Let's see. Okay, so I was saying that there's not many papers here, but by stacking them and arranging them on the card, I think it makes a great way to use some of your scraps. Okay, so I found my circle. So these were the pieces that you'll have in your number 2. And what we're going to do is stamp the frog. Let me grab my stamp set in green apple ink. Grab my block. And we're also going to stamp the happy birthday underneath the frog. So this card comes together pretty quick. Happy birthday. Just got to take my other sentiment off. Okay. I'm going to grab the circle or the foam piece and my green apple. And I want to stamp him towards the top of the circle so we have enough room for the happy birthday. Or you could do it the other way around, do happy birthday and then the frog. Either way, such a cute little guy. And then black ink again. And get that on there straight. Okay. Happy birthday. You could change up the sentiments if you like, totally up to you. And now we want to grab the last 2 little pieces in your baggie are glitter paper. So we do have shimmer trim, which has sticky on the back, but this is glitter paper, and I just cut it into strips, and it just adds a little bit of something, a little bit of I don't know, pop and glitter to your project. So I like to just cut that into strips and add that on projects. So let's grab another card base and we can start doing these. So I'm going to start with the double doodle. Again, with all that white, I wanted to add a little something. So I'm just going to add doodle lines around the outside. Trevor came back. I can hear him outside of my room making trouble, so I can't even imagine what he has been up to since I've been crafting. He's seriously like a toddler. He's like, when mom is focusing on something else, I can get myself into trouble, and he does. Okay. Double doodle. I'm just loving these doodle lines just to add a little something, but nothing too heavy on the card. Okay, so now let's start adding our pattern paper. Again, this is from the Mix-In paper packet. The Mix-In paper packet is designed to coordinate with the other paper packets in our idea books, or they stand alone. I'm trying to decide which color. Okay, I'm going to do the dark side. So you can mix and match the mix-ins. That's kind of why they're called mix-ins, or you can just use them on a project like this one. It's a really great paper packet just to have on hand. I always get the paper pack, or this Mix-In paper packet, just so I have some fun patterns to work with. And I like to use them on our Stamp of the Month projects because we don't necessarily highlight them in our virtual craft days, so then you get a little peek of those as well. Okay, so let's add our little happy birthday with some 3D foam. You see how nice this would be with just, you know, extra strips of paper that you have laying around. Okay, and then our glitter paper we're going to dovetail, and I just like to snip up the center and then meet from each edge is how I like to dovetail. And you can cut glitter paper on your Cricut. There's all kinds of fun things you can do with the glitter paper. But I think my favorite thing is to use it as an accent. Okay, so if it's a little too long, you can trim it to get it underneath there. I left it a little long so you had the options. Especially when you add that 3D foam, sometimes it's hard to get things under there. And I'm just going to offset them a little bit. And there is card number 2. Okay, let's do card number 3, your Rarsome. Awesome, I think is what they're trying to say, Rarsome. Okay, here is our 3 little packet of goodness, and you'll have a pattern paper from the Mix-In again. This one is also from the Mix-In, and then we're using Sundance and a little bit more of that glitter paper and some white, and then you'll have this little square that we're going to stamp on. So let's grab our lion. I'd have to take off my frog. Okay, let's add our adorable little lion on here. This would make such a cute, like, zoo page, using all the little animals. There, with the moose, you can use it in camping, or even if you're for vacations with the whale. So the stamp set, there's a lot of different possibilities with it, with these adorable little animals. Oh, and the crab for the beach. Okay, so let's go ahead and stamp our lion in Sundance, right? Is that what I said? Yes, Sundance ink. And touch it, stamp it right there. All right. And then while I have the ink out, I'm going to stamp the sentiment in black. Again, you can choose whichever one you want. There's a couple different options for each animal. So there's like, I miss you, no lion. Let's see. Oh, here we go. There it is. Your Roarsome. Or like there's best friends forever. Cute. You could use that forever for a lot of these animals. Okay, if it's long like that and hard to put on your block, just lay it down on your mat and then pick it up with your block and it will stay the shape you need it to be. Okay, so we're going to stamp the sentiment in black. You want to do it kind of towards the right hand side, but leave enough to do the dovetail. All right, and then I think we can go ahead and start assembling this card. So let me grab my card base. And we are going to let's get organized. There we go. Start with like this pattern that looks like animal print. Isn't that cute? We're going to put that on the inside. And then next is the glitter paper. And it just adds just a little bit of something to the card. And then our Sundance cardstock is right there. And then I'm going to add a little splash of sponging right there off to the side. Again, there was a lot of white space and I wasn't quite sure how to fill it. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of sponging right there just to break up that white space a little bit. So we can add doodle lines and sponging if you have a little too much white space. All right, so now let's grab this black piece. We're going to dovetail it just up the center and then meet. Oh, that one was a little off. Hold on. There we go. The meat in the center. I'm going to attach that right there. And then we have our sentiment piece. I'm going to dovetail that as well. And add that to our card. About right. It's about a 1/2 inch above the bottom of the other the black. And then I'm going to just fussy cut this little guy out using this scissors. Again, these micro tip scissors. I have like 4 pairs of them. I have one that the kids can use. It's like our mom's old sewing scissors, you know, don't touch the sewing scissors. It's kind of the same thing. Like, here's your pair to use, don't touch mom's. And there we go. Just add that next to the sentiment. And then the last thing we're going to do is add some doodle lines. Again, there was just a little too much white space for me. So I'm just going to add a double doodle around the edge of this one as well. Okay. There we go. Messier the better. Oh, Trevor's gonna, he might just make it into this video. I think that's what he wants to do, is make it into all of my videos. Okay, so that's card number 3. So let me bring them all back in here. Oh, there's a Hoppy, and then our Doggone Sweet. Okay, so those are the 3 cards that you'll get when you order the stamp of the month on my website, which is juliescott.closetomyheart.com. You can get this stamp set for $18.95, or you can get it for $5 with a $50 purchase, or if you're a Close to My Heart VIP customer, you can get it for free with a $50 purchase. So any way you get this stamp set, I will send you this card kit that you can use to create your own cards with your brand new stamp set. I will put more information on where to find the stamp set and also about our VIP program in the description of this video. But if you have any questions, please let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Maybe leave me a comment. Oh yes, you're supposed to comment if you know what GOAT means. And also subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!